Jennifer Vatsa of Belladonna's Botanicals, and this is episode 2 of the Accessibility Magic series that I'm working on. And I'm in a new location. Well, might have seen me here before in the past. This is my main working altar, and you may notice I am sitting on the floor. This is actually my old coffee table turned into an altar. But so it's also got a lot of little sub altars and extra tables and stuff around. I'll try to move the camera so you can get a better look at things. But one of the questions from a viewer about the series and a topic they wanted to see explored further is preparation for rituals and spells. Whether it's if you have chronic pain or or are on the spectrum, have ADHD, how do you do that? And one of the tips and tricks I've learned from the ADHD realm, we have things that we call doom boxes. And I've taken a more organizational approach to the doom box. And what a doom box is, if you're not familiar about it, I actually became familiar with the term on TikTok, is we just end up with a lot of crap, and sometimes we're like, there's just too much crap, and so what do we do with said crap? We put it in a box. And sometimes results may vary. I once found it was a doom bag that contained tulle, I think pink tulle UV reactive fabric, a bunch of glitter, and a stun gun. That's the kind of things that end up in doom boxes. But what I've done to make my magical life easier, because these all used to be, there's under my altar are 3 or 4 different boxes. There's this one, there's 2 more over here, there's one here, there's one under there, and the one I was just holding. So what I've done, because these used to all be complete chaos, I'd be like, what am I looking at? There's, a candle and an oil in this box and some yarn, and who the fuck knows what. So what I did was I organized, and I have quite a few boxes. It may not make your ritual space look particularly luxuriously occult theatrical, but and we're back. Sorry, my cat was trying to move. Moon likes to chew on plastic. I'm pretty sure her diet mostly consists of plants and plastic. Cat food, not so much. I tried to give her cat treats the other day, and she's like, I'll just chew on the bag, if that's okay. Anyways, cats aside, they're both very intently watching me, except for Moon, who's sitting on my order packing station trying to eat my poly mailer bags that I use to ship things. I'm like, if you ever get something with little tiny little dead teeth marks in it, Moon sends her love. Anyway, so what I've done with all these boxes is I've made them I should probably label them too, but I haven't gotten that far yet. So this box here contains all of my incense crap. So I have, all my loose incense stuff in here. I've got stick incense in here. I've got matches. I've got extra incense holders. I've got all my charcoal tabs. See if there's anything else in here. Sometimes I have some Palo Santo resin. A bag of just random herbs that got swept off the counter. Sometimes I do that. I use incense ashes sometimes in certain products and things, from things I burnt like in rituals. So I will save a whole bunch of the herbs that come off the counter and throw them in my cauldron, and I'll do a big burn of that, which I'm long overdue for doing. But thank you for reminding me. Anyway, so that is one of many doom boxes. So now I know if I'm going to do a ritual and I need incense, I go to my incense box. This box here, a little heavy, but it's mostly just random candle holders. I've got and a box of mirrors, because I don't know where else to put the box of mirrors right now. But I have lots of, I have little votive candle holders. I have, these are great for those little chime candles. They have very narrow opening, and these are good for that. I have some for wider bases. I have ones for like tapers, and so on and so forth. Yeah. But again, if I need a candle holder, I know where to find the candle holders. I had to pull some out because I couldn't find the candle holders. Because guess what? They weren't in the candle holder box. I like these for these type of candles. They fit perfectly on there. So, and this is the Azazel candle from Goetic Impressions. It just happened to be the closest within arm reach candle I had to show you. So, you know, being able to organize things like this and have them accessible to you, so when you're doing your your prep for a thing, you can really streamline the process. Sorry, I have my laptop on a chair. So you can really streamline the process with this, and you don't have to do what I did for so many times. Fuck, where's this? Is it in this box? And then have to pull everything out and go through everything, and you've just spent half the time you were going to do doing something, doing that. So I'm going to scooch a little bit over here. So this box here with the Belial altar cloth, also by Goetic Impressions. This contains all my nasty Baneful Magic stuff. It has its own box. So I know if I need anything of that ilk, it is in here and guarded by Belial. And also, I think, Abaddon. So that's what I have there. I also have a random box full of fancy papers and things I printed out. This is my random box that I use. If you are a member of our channel or Patreon, I do crystal Reiki healing sessions as part of the membership every month. So I have like my rattle, I have various crystal things. Oops, I just knocked over my crystals, feather stuff. I keep some of my like, you know, crystals that I use for that type of stuff, like my selenite, one of my selenite wands, and another. Love this one. I'm gonna get dented. Yeah, this is from. It's one of my favorite crystals I got at a show years ago. It is, I sadly broke a little piece off, but it is from 7,500 either feet or kilometers, I don't know, up the summit of the Himalayas mountains. I mean, the energy that comes off this thing is like really amazing, and I use it for a lot of healing stuff. But I know that this is my box that has all that crap in it, like my crystal grid activation spray and the incense and stuff that I use for when I do that particular thing. So all I have to do is grab my box. That's a little dirty. But you see where I'm going with this is that I have, over time, carefully managed to, random things on the floor side. I get, these little things are the bane of my existence. They're everywhere in my house. The crinkle cut stuff I use, if you order stuff from me, you'll notice like a lot of times it has that in it for padding. So under my altar, I have this bin, which has all of my like 7-day candles in that. I think this one was from Northwich Magic Company. But so all my 7-day candles are in one place. This box has like my smaller candles in it. This is where I have, this is where I have all my like little, these are a little larger than the chime candles, but they're very similar. I keep those. Now the standard kind of chime candles that you get, figure candles. That's pretty much mostly within this box. So if I need that type of candle, I go to this box. This is just, as I'm moving around, this is just some of my currently in use. I've been using a lot of cone incense lately, so I've just been keeping that out more. Or more to the point, I didn't actually put it away. Over here I have 2 boxes. The one underneath has you know, these type of taper candles. Anyways, so that's where those candles go. If I need that. This is a gigantic box full of tea light candles. Those are just as good if you don't have a whole lot of time to do a ritual and burn, you know, like candles like this. A little tea light will do just fine. And if you're really in a crunch for time, get some birthday candles or Shabbat candles. Those are because they're much smaller and narrower. Those all work great. So I'm just picking up all my incense that I knocked over here for now. So that's most of what's under my altar. Be scooch over. I do have a box in progress over here, which I can see has a lot of like my tools and stuff in it. Like one of the things I love, like I highly recommend this for anyone that works with any kind of oils and their candles for anointing. Get a cheap ass box like pack of paintbrushes. Easy to clean, and you can, and you're not getting, you don't have to run back and forth. Like I've got oil all over my hands, especially if you're working with something a little, you know, if I've got my doom box out and I'm putting, you know, doing a doom candle or something, I don't want to be using my bare hands. And if I get gloves and I do that, you use a paintbrush. It's much easier. And the other thing, this is the mess that's really good to have, these are kind of getting a little janky, but I forget what they're called. They're for like clay or wood carving, but they have a little metal. They have different widths and some of them have grooves in them. But these are great for carving candles. So like if you wanted, you know, if you have this candle and wanted to, you know, put like the name and date of birth or, you know, whatever on it or some kind of sigil or symbol, these are so amazing for doing that. And a little less unwieldy as using a knife, but hey, if you want to be cool, you can always use a knife. I don't think there's anything else. So in general, this is kind of my main working space. I do have other altars around, and one of the things, this is going to be in a subsequent video because it's still a work in progress, and I still have to pick up a couple things yet, is that I'm working on a magical linking system, like sort of like an altar internet, so they kind of can ping to one another regardless of whether they're in the back bedroom upstairs, down here, over there, and in the living room. So basically when I'm having issues with chronic pain or whatnot, I can sit on my couch and access the energy from any of these altars doing what I'm doing in there, because that's more comfortable for me. Because right now I can tell you probably the amount of time I'm going to be able to spend sitting, and I am on a big cushy floor pillow with a little rug underneath. I'll say Killstar sells a lot of amazing things like that. I'll quickly kind of show you. So it's just like a little, it's a floor pillow, but in actuality, it's a cat bed. But buy a cat bed, they're not going to use it. Buy yourself a floor pillow, it's the best cat bed ever. And then I have like a little floor rug, circular floor, and it's a circle, so you've always got your magic circle wherever you have this in front of your altar. I have another one upstairs, but I don't think it's in use as far as ritual stuff. But so this is kind of my main altar, and I have other things, you know, yes, it's kind of, you know, chaotic, you know, underneath, but I have, you know, this is my main altar. I have my radionics box set up over there. I have another little sub altar, which I use a lot. Can you see it from here? Oh, not really. Let me turn that little. So the one with the little cabinet on it. This I use a lot for cleansing crystals because I have all my like selenite slabs on it. I have this one, which is the biggest one. And I have a selenite bowl and another selenite charging plate. And I have another piece of selenite. So I use that a lot for like cleansing crystals and stuff. I just found my aconite pendulum whilst going through things today. So that's another area that I have. It's a little bit more of a transition, or I don't know where to put this, so I'm gonna put it here for now. Stations. So we have that. And then I'm gonna tilt a little, slide you a little. And then this is another, the top part is one of my like working money altars. And then I have below that is where I keep all the spirit stones after they're charged. And then I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's more candle storage and a singing bowl. So I know it probably looks a little chaotic, but at this point I know where everything is, which is good. One day I will get more organizational skills. Like one of the challenges I have is that I live in a row home in the city. So my first floor is all open. There's like outside of the staircase there, it's it's like my living room into this area. This would probably, it used to be my dining room. Now there's a workstation, my altar, my desk is right there. There's my like I can kind of show a little. There's my desk, my chair that my cats are slowly destroying. I don't know if you could, well, there's Corey, who is sitting right in front of my where I pack orders, and then my kitchen. So yeah, no. Anyways, so that's a good way, like taking the time to organize your supplies. And you may have already done this, or you may be in the process of doing it. Like for me, getting out of the chaotic doom box, because like I still have one here that has I could see lighters. I could see my favorite thing on earth for doing any kind of candle work: get yourself some stickum. Your grandmother probably had it for candles and stuff, because not always like with the chime candles, some of them have different widths, and depending on the candle holder, or if you want to put it on top of a jar, it works so much better and is so much safer than doing the candle wax and then sticking in it. This stuff is, I'm tempted to like see if I could just like stick a candle on the wall and burn it sideways, because it has that much of a like sticky tackiness to it. Now I'm not going to do that, but I'm just saying it's got that kind of and I use it on all different, like I'm pretty sure I have it smeared on the bottom of most candles. Some I don't. Like these ones I know are pretty okay there where they are. And yeah, so that's a good way to do your prep before you are doing a ritual. And I a lot of times do things on the fly. I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna do something right now. So being able to do things like that, having your shit organized, especially if you are ADHD, that's like me, that is something that is really helpful. So the other thing, I'm the queen of like bins and storage units. So I have all sorts of ones I use. A lot of times I use them to like transport stuff upstairs to my storage room after it's done being packed. So I mean, even if you just have like shoe boxes or something, like a lot of times if I'm doing a ritual, I'll put all my stuff, especially if I'm not doing it directly in front of the altar, if it's going to take a while, I'll just put everything I need in like a little bin. Like even like with some, maybe these might be a little bigger, but like just a little shoebox kind of bin. I'll put in the oils I need, the candle, all my stuff in there, and then transport it to where I go. So it's easy to then, take the stuff that needs to be cleaned and then put the stuff back into where it appropriately goes. But that's my advice for working through organizing to save yourself time, especially like I can't do rituals that are super long. I might burn a candle for a length of time, but the actual ritual part of it is much shorter. Or I'll I'll start things here and then like go over there and sit on the couch. And if it's just, a candle, like one of those or something like that, I'll bring that with me. But yeah. So hopefully you found this helpful. And if you haven't, I'm working on other topics. I'm going to have some special guests coming because there's areas that I am just not able to really speak on from experience. So stay tuned and don't forget to click like or subscribe, and love y'all.